Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Sunday. Well, it's not Championship Sunday yet, but that's what we're getting ready for. And of course, our Buffalo Bills going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hashtag Sports. My name is Joe. As you can see to the left, right of me, there's nobody else here. Nobody else here. They all left me. They abandoned me. They abandoned me in my week of need. Just kidding. They're off doing other things. Obviously, work things still happen. Life still happens. The kid thing still happens. All those things still happen. So if you can join me for this edition of Hashtag Sports, I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way in or on your way out after you leave. I don't care when you hit it. Just please hit it. Please hit it. Share this video. If you're not subscribed to Hashtag Sports, subscribe to Hashtag Sports because we're giving you all kinds of Buffalo Bills content. Definitely going to give you content during the off season, have some fun, talk about the draft, do all that kind of fun stuff that we love to do here on Hashtag Sports. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only two more games to talk about this weekend. There's only two games left. And that's the big one. The Super Bowl. I can say it. They're not going to sue me. They don't care. Super Bowl in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 Sundays from 3 Sundays, I guess, because, again, we're not at Championship Sunday yet. But when we get there, it's going to be an exciting day. I'm excited for it. Probably one of the best Sundays of sports, of football, the whole season long, as you have the Philadelphia Eagles at home going up against the Washington Commanders. Who would have thought at the end of the regular season that we would see two teams from the NFC East? We thought there could be two teams from the same division playing in the NFC Championship game, but we did not think it would be two teams from the NFC East as the Washington Commanders go up against the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, on the AFC side, you got the matchup that everyone's been waiting to see again. Part 2 when it comes to AFC Championship games of the Kansas City Chiefs at home going up against our Buffalo Bills. And don't forget, guys, I will be live for that game starting an hour early. So 5:30, I will be live. And I'll take you through the whole game. Live player reaction. You know how we do things right here on Hashtag Sports. So if you're excited to watch the game, we can watch it together. We can hopefully celebrate. I might tear up a little bit. So if you want to see that, make sure you tune in for that as well, because that's a good time. Apparently, people love to see that. So if you want to see that, make sure you join us on Sunday starting at 5:30. Throughout the game, it's going to be hopefully a fun time. It's going to be a stressful time for sure. Obviously, we know what the Kansas City Chiefs can do. They're going for their third straight Super Bowl win, be the first team in NFL history to accomplish such a feat. For Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it's about redemption. It's about getting past this hump. It's about getting the job done. For the Philadelphia Eagles, listen, it's this easy. If the Eagles win and they play the Chiefs, it's payback for a few Super Bowls ago when the Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles. If the Commanders win, it's like, hey, we're happy to be here. Surprised we're here. And the young rookie Jaden Daniels proves that he might be having the best rookie season of all time. So we'll see what happens in the matchup. I'm looking forward to both matchups. Obviously, as Bills fans, we're looking more forward to the second matchup. But that first matchup, division rivals, should be a good one. They know each other well. But we're going to talk about that game right now for a little bit and what is going to happen in this matchup. Can the Washington Commanders win again? Remember, last time they won, they beat the Eagles, but Jalen Hurts went out early in that game with a concussion, at least in the first half, I believe. Hey, Daniel, glad that you are here. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad someone's joining me because, as you can see, Ryan not here today, unfortunately, and that's okay. That's okay. He's doing fine. Just getting ready for some things on his end, and that's good as long as he's healthy. We're good there. So he's getting ready for that. That's fine. He gave me his picks. I know his picks, and soon you're gonna know his picks too. But we're just getting started, and then of course we'll go over our prop bets, parlays. As in fact, we just have 2 parlays. We both picked 2 parlays today instead of our normal, because there's not as many bets to make, right? There's just not as many games, so you can't make as many bets. You can make more bets, but that's just going down the line. But we both did 2 parlays Both of them are one in each same game parlays, right? So I have a same game parlay for the Eagles Commanders game. So does he. And then I have a same game parlay for the Bills Kansas City game. So does he. So we'll get into that as well. But we'll start with the Commanders going to Philadelphia, playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles get home field because they're playing the 6th seed. They're the 2 seed. The Washington Commanders, of course, upsetting the 1 seed last week in the Detroit Lions. Now looking to go for another upset. Listen, this wouldn't be the first 6 seed to make it to the Super Bowl. I know Steelers have done it. The Giants have done it. The Giants were a 6 seed when they beat the undefeated New England Patriots, I believe. So we've seen 6 seeds do it before. We just haven't seen it done the way the Washington Commanders are doing it now. Jaden Daniels looks unbelievable as a rookie. But how is he going to respond right now in the NFC Championship game against a division rival in Philadelphia? It's going to be a hostile environment. How is he going to respond to that? So far this season, he has responded well to everything that's been thrown at him. However, the last time these two played and they're both fully healthy, Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles were able to run all over them. And there's no knock on Washington. Saquon Barkley's been running over a whole bunch of teams this season. And I think that continues here. I think that Washington has a hard time stopping the running attack. I think this is a high scoring matchup. Maybe something like 31-27, 31-23, something like that. In fact, I think the first matchup between these two teams was 31-23. I think that was the final score. So I won't be surprised to see something like that again. I do see the Eagles winning this game. Again, unable to stop Saquon Barkley. I think Jalen Hurts is able to get the passing game going enough. Even if he is still a little banged up, I think that he can stay in the pocket, and he still has great weapons outside. We're talking about, Brown. We're talking about Smith. We're talking about Goddard, who's healthy for this game as well. There's a lot of great weapons that the Philadelphia Eagles have, and they have one of the best offensive lines in football. And I think that's going to be a great story for this game and perhaps for the Super Bowl, because in the Super Bowl, if the Bills win and the Eagles win, you have two of the best offensive lines in football. And then you have the Eagles' defensive line going against the Bills' offensive line. I think it'll be a great story for leading up to the Super Bowl. But we're not there yet. But in this game here, the Philadelphia Eagles, give me the Eagles to beat the Commanders again. I think it's going to – I have the Eagles covering the spread. So does Ryan. Ryan and I both see the Eagles win this game. Both see the Eagles covering what is currently a 5.5-point spread. I think the Eagles come out strong. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they do pull away a little bit at the end. Again, maybe a one-possession game and Saquon busts one late, because we saw that in both of their postseason games so far. The first one against the Packers, he went down as he was bursting through because all he knew was the first down to clinch it. And then last week against the Rams, we saw him burst through and was able to get in the end zone in the snow to help clinch that game. Because remember, the Rams made it close at the end. I expect them to finish stronger in this game than they did in the Rams game. Give me the Eagles to win. Give me the Eagles to cover that 5.5-point spread. And again, Ryan thinks the same thing. He has the Eagles covering, and he has the Eagles winning straight up. Next, we go on to the AFC. This is a game that we all want to talk about, right? The AFC Championship game. If you joined me on Tuesday, we talked about this game, and we kind of asked ourselves the question, what has changed for the Buffalo Bills? Why will the Bills win this matchup when they couldn't win it last year in Buffalo, when they couldn't win it 3 years ago, when they couldn't win the AFC Championship game 3-4 years ago, 13-second game, we all remember that, in the division round before that. So much going on in this matchup. You have the concern about Travis Kelce for the Buffalo Bills. Will they be able to guard him? They were unable. Hey, Miguel, go Bills. Absolutely. And again, guys, join me on Sunday. I'll be starting an hour early, 5:30 Eastern time. We'll go over the game. I want to do some things to kind of help remember the season that was. Because if you're a Bills fan, I just put this on Twitter. Someone asked a question about how we feel about Sunday. There's a part of me And you guys know how passionate I am about this team. You know how bad I want the Bills to win. But there's a part of me that kind of says we're playing with house money here. Nobody expected, or very few at least, expected the Buffalo Bills to be in this spot in the AFC Championship game. Very few predicted we would win the division. Some of us had us making the playoffs without winning the division. Some of us had us finishing 9-8 and missing the playoffs altogether. So very few people expected the Buffalo Bills to be in this spot, including myself, actually, in the AFC Championship game. And so there's a part of me that feels like we're playing with house money at this point. I know during my live streams, someone keeps asking, like, at what point is this a successful season for the Buffalo Bills? And have we hit that point? And to be honest with you, I think that we can look back at this season. And again, the season's not over. The goal is still the same. But if you look back at this season for the Buffalo Bills, you could say it's been a success. They've silenced the doubters, and there's still some doubters out there, who believe that Josh Allen cannot stand toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. I think that he can. I don't think that it's Josh Allen's fault that we've lost some of these games to the Chiefs that we've lost in the manner of how we've lost them. I think that Josh Allen has done all that he could do in that 13-second game. He left the field with the lead with 13 seconds to go. He never saw the field again, and the Bills end up losing in overtime. Now, of course, new overtime rules due to that game in large part could make it a little more interesting if overtime were to happen, but still got to get the job done in this scenario. Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, if you want to call it that. There's never been a two quarterback battle where one quarterback has won 4 times against the other quarterback in the playoffs. So that's something to look out for as well. There are some people who think that this could hurt Josh Allen's legacy. I look at this season now, if he loses, and I look at this season as a whole and say, not a chance. I don't think there's a chance that if you look at this season as a whole, you can honestly say that this season hurts Josh Allen's legacy. If anything, in my opinion, it proves that Josh Allen is a top guy in the NFL, probably number 2 behind Patrick Mahomes at this point. That's my opinion. Obviously, a lot of you will agree with me. Some of you might even have Josh Allen number 1. I can't disagree with that either. I think Josh Allen and Andy Reid would be a very dangerous combination, just like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are right now. So for this game, Ryan and I see this game going the same way. Again, we're contractually obligated to feel how we feel about this game, but we both have the Buffalo Bills winning this matchup, and we both have the Buffalo Bills covering, beating the spread, because right now they are 2-point underdogs. So give Ryan the Bills, give myself the Bills, give us Bills versus Eagles in the Super Bowl. We'll both be here next week to talk about what we presume will be, what we want to be Bills versus Eagles. If both of our picks are true, we both pick the same in both games. So we're looking at a Bills versus Eagles Super Bowl down in New Orleans, and we'll see if that comes true or not. Now, we want to talk about our parlays a little bit, right? We want to talk about how we going to make some money. How are we going to make some money? I've made a little money, made a little bit of a comeback as of late, if you will. Unfortunately, between my 2 parlays, guys, I had 2 3-leg parlays last week, and I missed on cashing in on both of them by a grand total of 3 receptions. 3 receptions. I had all of my 2 legs hit. In the first one, I had Schultz with 5 more receptions. He had 4. And then in my second one, I had Curtis Samuel. I had a sack by Jones that he got. I had anytime touchdown by, I believe, Mixon. He got it. And all I needed was Curtis Samuel to give me 4 or more receptions. And he only had 2. So between my 2 parlays, my 2 3-leg parlays, I missed 2 total by 3 receptions. It was a heartbreaker for me. Not sure if Ryan hit on one of his. I know that one of them, he had a Kansas City Chiefs rushing touchdown. That didn't happen. One of the Chiefs players going for rushing touchdown. So I know he at least didn't get one of his parlays, but I didn't see the other one. I didn't look into that. But we're both betting 2 units on each play. So for me, my parlays this week for the first game, I have an AJ Brown anytime touchdown. I almost said Charles Barkley. I did. You guys can just turn me off right now. I understand it completely. So I have an AJ Brown anytime touchdown. I have Saquon Barkley 90 or more rushing yards, which he should hit easily, and I have Zach Ertz with 3 or more receptions, which again he should hit easily. I adjusted both of those to be lower than what the line was set at. So I'm not too concerned about those two. It's all about that AJ Brown anytime touchdown. We finish in plus money if we hit that 3-leg parlay. My second one, I go over to the Bills Chiefs game. Listen, I have Cook with an anytime touchdown. I have Kelsey with 5 or more receptions, and I have Khalil Shakir with 5 or more receptions. Because I've got to tell you this part as well. I have the overs in both these games. Ryan didn't tell me if he has the over-under. I don't know. But I have the Eagles winning, Eagles covering, and the over. I have the Bills winning, the Bills beating the spread, and the over. That's what I got. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or if you think the defenses will reign in these games. Because remember that Kansas City Chiefs game, I know they're playing Kansas City. I know it's going to be around freezing, 37 degrees, but there's only going to be a wind of like 5 miles per hour. Single-digit winds are good for the over. As far as Philly, again, going to be cold, but I don't know how much weather is going to play a factor in that game either. We'll wait and see. But I have both these games finishing in the over. Like I said, Ryan picked the Eagles and Bills to both cover the money line and the spread. So if you're tailing him, make sure you get your bets in now. He has a Barkley and Ertz anytime touchdown for the first parlay. So he has a Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown and a Zach Ertz anytime touchdown for the first parlay, again, in that first matchup. And then he has both Travis Kelce and Josh Allen for anytime touchdowns in the Bills-Chiefs parlay. Again, we're both betting 2 units each parlay because there's just not as many bets to make for championship weekend. But guys, I'm excited. I know you're excited. We're all excited. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Again, we want to thank misterrogershomes for his sponsorship of #sports. His stuff is in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out #sports on all the social media platforms, whether it's here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter or X or whatever, and TikTok, which is back. Yay! The ban lasted less time than this video is going to, so that was great. So make sure you check us out on all those platforms. Again, I will be live starting at 5:30 on Sunday. We'll watch the end of the Eagles game together, and then we'll get ready for our game between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. I look forward to seeing you all then. I look forward to hanging out. I look forward to celebrating with you all then as the Buffalo Bills hope to make their first Super Bowl appearance since 1993. I look forward to seeing you all then. Until I do, go Bills.